Unmute this. Now, I'm assuming that you can hear me. I don't even know which microphone this is coming out of. Give me 1 second. This is all effed up today. Mercury might as well be retrograde. For some reason, maybe it works now. Maybe it'll work. Oh, snap. I see the captions. Let's go. For some reason. Thank you. I mean, gosh, I was like, I don't see the closed captions. What's happening? Maybe it's because my microphone is muted. Possibly. So I'm going to talk for a minute. Um, Headphone users, RIP. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I think this microphone does a pretty decent job at auto regulating. So even if I do this, okay, now that probably got quieter. But it looks like I can turn it all the way up and it won't go into the red. If it gets a little loud, you might have to adjust your volume accordingly. Um, I was just live and everything was fine. Okay. I'm not sure what these things mean, but I will try my best to fix them. To ah, this. Oh, what? Hello? Give me 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. Why is this happening? Can anyone help me? I don't even know if I can change this while I'm live. Or what? Like, hello? If I apply this, will this just like. I don't know. It said that my video bitrate was low. Maybe I've just never paid attention. Okay. So this is a whole mess of a whatever. I might timestamp. You know what? No timestamps. This is all the energy of the new moon in Capricorn, apparently. This new moon Capricorn is wild. And I'm using this now. Is my bit rate? Okay, there's my bit rate. So my bit rate is up. I've got no drop frames. I can see my live time down here. So this live time should be a little bit more reliable than the other live time. This has a live time of 540. That's a live time of 529, 534. So it's like 10 seconds behind. I'm going to close that. Good connection. Love to see it. Do one of these because I kind of want to see if there are any like errors or anything. I'll just see myself twice. It's fine. So anyway, this new moon Capricorn has been wild AF. I don't know if it's because Pluto was like, this is the last time I'm gonna be in Capricorn while the new moon is in Capricorn, so I really gotta whatever. Everything was so like y'all know that I'm streaming on my desktop, and on my desktop it doesn't have a internal Wi-Fi adapter, so I got an external. I plugged it in, my internet would cut out. Turns out it was set to save power. So in order to save power, disconnect me from the internet. I turned that off. The last live disconnected. I'm like, what's going on? Literally, my adapter was still working, but my internet was the only one that like shut off. I go to the Wi-Fi list. Everybody else's was still on. Mine had no bars. I get on my phone to try to check it. It logged me out. I'm like, what is happening? So I was like, okay, this time, just in case the same thing happens, I'm going to like stream it. What is this? I'm going to use the stream function instead of the webcam function. So then that way, I don't know how long it would give me while it's blacked out, but I could resume the stream on like my laptop or something else if I wanted to, right? And then it just like sort of is what it is. But anyway, the KBs are up. It says I have excellent connection. That thing's been low forever, so I never adjusted it. YouTube was never like, hey, like we noticed that your bitrate refresh is kind of low. You might want to up it. Anyway, yeah, this. Ooh, look, there's a Hierophant. Now we have the Hierophant and the Hanged Man. This is a Hierophant energy that I love. This Hierophant energy is very similar to the one in the Revelations edition. In this Hierophant, we have who? Shiva, Lord Shiva, and we see the Trishula. Now, it's kind of a towery new moon, seem like. But in the Tower card, the Tower and the Devil have been coming out like the Devil all the time, the Tower frequently. And the SKT, we see the acts of Shiva that removes corruption. And so to see this Hierophant sitting here as Lord Shiva, the Shiva that's been removing corruption in that Tower card, the one that kicked the devil out and that broke down his machinations, or its machinations. Ooh, and then we see the star with that Hierophant. Okay, but anyway, it feels almost a little karmic too. Well, part of it seems a little karmic, like stuff catching up in this new moon Capricorn. Another part of it is just like what's happening. Like it's full moon energy. Like you know how sometimes on a full moon folks will be acting a little whatever. Like it's like that, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, well, let me get home. Let me retreat to the safety of my four walls, please. But girl, ain't nobody safe. I mean, if you're safe, you're safe. But when Reem was like, I think that was in the last video, I went to Reem's story on Instagram before I came live, and she was like, she was talking about how, you know, she's not feeling to manifest on this new moon, and that it's one of seeds sprouting. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And I was like, yeah, this new moon energy is wild AF from what I've seen. So I wouldn't play with it, but oh, Ace of Pentacles in the sun. It's gorgeous though. Maybe Capricorn is doing a little. This Ace of Pentacles in the Lovers now. What is happening? I picked the right deck today. Oops. Well, it was a good while it lasted. The Tower and the Lovers. There's that Tower. How am I gonna? Oops. I'm trying to like. Oh, who's this? I was trying to do a fancy shuffle. There's that King of Swords again. King of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords. One of the images that come to my mind in this deck is the Magician, and it's Nikola Tesla. And he came to my mind when I grabbed it before I went live. When I used the Mystical Manga Tarot last, I think I did a few this side, that sides. Eve suggested that I do like polarity, or this and that, this versus that, light and dark. And the last one was the Magician and the Moon. I thought the Moon was going to win, but in the clarifying round, the Magician took it. The last two cards were these two. Under the Magician, it was the Seven of Swords. Under the Moon, it was the Eight of Cups. The Hierophant also came out like immediately after the Moon. The Seven of Wands took it over the Four of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands clarified the Magician. The Four of Pentacles clarified the Moon, giving a traditional Moon card what is withheld, um, a little more sinister, a little more intentional. Not, I guess, not necessarily sinister. It's an intentional withholding. With the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant, it was like the Hierophant, the World, and the Eight of Cups. Interesting. But this King of Swords is here. The thing that I don't know if this is like a justicey energy. But you can see under this foot, the clouds are starting to dissipate. The fog, the smoke is starting to clear. So let's go there. What is? Let me get my crap. I'm gonna have to use my keyboard. I should pull out my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna pull my phone out because if I use the keyboard, I'll have less space. I wish I had a detached. I wonder if I can just like screw one under there, like a thing where I could pull my keyboard out, or like put it right here, or like here, because I guess this would be more convenient. But I don't. But I do have that table that the tree is sitting on. So if you don't see the tree, that might be why. I'm gonna create a little note real quick. I'm gonna create a little note real quick. I'm going to create a little note. Wait, can I? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I was like, I didn't see the captions popping up. I was so excited to turn on closed captions. Move this here so I can see my connection status. Where is my notebook? Where is my notebook? Where is my notebook? I made it to the gym today. Thanks to my #1 fan, because I was going before work. And I texted my #1 fan. I was like, hey, are we going in today or are we going back to sleep? Because I was ready to roll over today. I was ready to roll over in the bed today and go back to sleep and go back to sleep. I was ready to go back to bed, today. I'm ready to go back to sleep. Excuse me. Okay, what am I doing? So, King of Swords. I want to see what's clearing. And we'll see the fog. And then its clarity. Or like what's revealed. With the Seven of Swords, I want to see, because there's no army in this deck. I guess because there's a house here. Because there's a house here, a home, because there's a home in the back, it feels like this Seven of Swords is almost like diffusing something, right? Ideally, in a household, you don't need all those swords, right? Like, you don't need, ideally, to be defensive or attacking or whatever. You don't need to be cutting with your word. The house, the home is for love. So, the Seven of Swords. I want to see what this home is. Eight of Cups. I don't know. I feel like we don't necessarily need to pull anything for the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups feels like the situation itself will almost provide enough clarity. Um, so let's do it. I'm gonna pull this King of Swords first, though. And there are butterflies on his throne. So it's like something about change and transformation providing a clarity. Cool. Ooh, this one's spanned. I don't know if this is upright or in reverse. The card of the fog came out face down and it spinned around. It hit the table and it went. What is revealed? Ooh, cool. Three of Cups. Love it. Oh, snap, the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This is what it's revealed. Now, with the Seven of Swords, what's going on in this home over here? Oh, oh, that's way too much. We'll keep this one. Also face down. Cool. I want to see what's like exiting this way. Or like what's being removed from this situation. Over here. And then the Eight of Cups is in the middle. I'll give it two more. Don't know. Didn't come out. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. Which was on the losing side. If you recall, it was under the moon. Hello. I thought a card came out. I really thought a card was left on the table when I picked them all up, but the card that was left on the table was the fog. Apparently, because now there's no fog. We have the Three of Wands upright. This is an interesting energy. The Three of Wands is all about potential and like waiting. Anyway, I can close this because don't need that sticky note. The Three of Wands is about potential and it's about waiting. So in one way I could read this as like there's a whole bunch of like what something could be. And maybe there's also some like what something is on a good day. But what is revealed by the presence of this King of Swords is this like this Ten of Cups and Three of Cups. It's like a happy, familial, platonic, romantic, like life. Like this is a very satisfying home life in the Ten of Cups, and then a satisfying social life in the Three of Cups. And it isn't anything that has to be fought for. It kind of sort of just like is. The Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck could be, it feels like something or someone that is like purposefully withholding, but because of that, it taints the mood, or something never becomes what it could have been. It never becomes what we might think it could become. With this Four of Pentacles. And again, the King of Swords has butterflies on his throne. So maybe this is like a mental clarity. It's almost like a breaking point energy. But what's interesting is it almost feels like something else inspires it. So, like, if this is. It's almost like we have the Three of Cups, Ten of Cups in contrast to this Three of Wands, right? Like maybe in one area of our lives we're like hoping, dreaming, wishing, but in another area of our lives like we're finding fulfillment. And so it's almost like if I already have this over here, then what's the point of like endlessly waiting over here? This is almost like the epitome of like distraction. This is something, and then the devil is behind the Four of Pentacles. I kind of just saw these two. The Sun in Capricorn with Capricorn. And then we got the Five of Swords behind this Devil card. So yeah, kind of sort of high key the energy of distraction. But it's something that like, it's almost like the lottery. How it's like someone's chances of winning are so low. But there are enough winners that it keeps people playing the game. And even like if one person or two people or if a few people do win, the loss of a payout is like immediately recovered by everyone else who's still playing the game type of energy. So on the flip side of that, or on the receiving end of that, it's like almost like being baited on like a hook, right? It's like there are good days and there are bad days, and maybe it's like there are mostly bad days, but the good days are good enough, or they come often enough that we don't completely walk away. But here's something over here where it's like it's all good days, or where the good days vastly outweigh the bad days, and so it's almost like it becomes clear. And that's why, so now I'm looking at this in a different way. This is someone who's playing keep away, and someone who expects to be chased, or someone or something, right? Because it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a situation in life. It could be like a job. It could be literally anything. I mean, what is there outside of like work and relationships when it comes to stuff like this? But then that's kind of still work. But anyway, apply it if it applies, wherever it applies. This is someone who like, or something that likes to play keep away. And maybe, we always go for it. Because that's where the Three of Wands is like looking in this direction. Three of Wands is like, I'd really like to move forward. And so I guess, like, this is what I have to do. But all of a sudden, something changes. I don't know if this energy is encountered and then the mind begins to change, or if the mind begins to change because there's a growth and a healing done, and then this energy comes in, or if it's kind of both. And this is why we didn't need to clarify the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is someone who walks away from this keep away energy towards fulfillment, where there is clarity, right? And maybe that's another thing here. It could be an energy of like, with the Three of Pentacles and with the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups, you know where you stand. And you stand in like a favorable position, like it's good energy. And over here, it's like mixed messages, like 1 second it's like really good, the next second it's nothing but problems. And it's like, okay, which is it? And distance will help illuminate and highlight a lot too. But maybe that's this like, because New Moon Capricorn, I would almost think because of virtue of what a new moon is, and because of Capricorn's cardinal modality, especially in Earth, it's almost like the ultimate new beginnings, you know, type of moon. It's a new moon in cardinal Earth. But it almost seems that, like, I don't know if it's a karmic element. It's all that because Lord Shiva was there, so it is almost very that energy of like the things that fall away in maybe not the best circumstance, but because they are no longer, now there's a space for something new to come in, for the thing that is of resonance and for the thing that is actually desired to come in when there's distance from this energy. This keep away, Four of Pentacles, Devil, Five of Swords. Big oof. Big oof energy. Let's get one more. I don't even know what oracle cards I would use if I use oracle cards with this. That's kind of more than I wanted. Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. This, like, there's a way to read this that is obviously almost like a spiritual protection-y. Maybe it isn't even necessarily that. Maybe it's just like, this is karma. Whatever has put someone in this Nine of Swords, this is karma catching up to them. Again, going in that same direction as all of this over here. And maybe it is some kind of karmic whatever. Maybe it's something as simple as, well, maybe it depends. Maybe it depends on the person. This is like, honestly, kind of reading like a typical empath narcissist type of situation. But it's like when the empath moves on and walks away, then the narcissist has to find some other source of whatever. Or if it isn't that, or if it isn't to that extreme, it's just like the loss of the one who moves on is felt. So, like, let's say that it's a situation where you're not valued, right? And maybe you're meant to, maybe it's like there is someone who knows how valuable you are, but in order to keep you dependent upon them or in order to keep you working somewhere, they like make you question your own worth, right? But again, something happens, something begins to change, and something else like steps up. And then there's that new moon Capricorn, like this is planted or this begins to grow. But as this grows over here, something else falls into decay, right? They lose you. And now they have to try to like replace you or fill the void or the gap. And like it could be vice versa, right? There are a lot of people out there, and not all of them necessarily the person being taken advantage of. And I don't know who's going to come across this, so take it as it resonates if it resonates. But it's like that, excuse me, the void is felt. The value that was added, now that it's gone, it's missed. And in that situation, like the person or the job or whatever would know exactly what they're missing out on, but they thought, or at least it seems that they operated in a way that like if the other person doesn't know it, then they won't leave, and then it doesn't matter. And so, like, there are many ways that this could be like karma catching up to whoever put our Nine of Swords person in this state. From literally like karma to just like, you know, you're missed. And that void isn't easily and or immediately filled. But with the Page of Wands, who is this? Page of Wands and Justice. With Page, oh yeah, see, there's Justice. Okay, I meant to just pick up the Page of Wands, but I accidentally picked up Justice too. This is the second time, not the second time as in the only time, but I guess again, we see the heart being weighed against the feather. And again, we see a heart that is as light as a feather. This Page of Wands, it's obviously it aligns more to this Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, someone who gets what it is that they deserve. I mean, everyone gets what they deserve in this situation. This is also another Justice card that presents the scales and the sword. In Dolly Justice, Justice is presenting the scales but hiding the sword. Now, the sword is pointing downward, which is not surprising because the heart and the feather weigh the same. The heart is light enough that Justice need not swing her sword. Like, no one's head, at least over here, is rolling today because that was with the Page of Wands. This is an exhilaration. So it would be to like, because I don't know what the attachment is here. I think for some people, even if they move on to something that is more aligned to who they are and like what they deserve, it could be difficult, especially again depending on the relationship, depending on the amount of time where you were. Like maybe it's a job and you have coworkers that you care about, but the work environment was not it. Maybe it's a relationship and it's someone that you really love, but you had to move on for your own well-being, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And the Five of Cups is under that Justice, the Five of Cups in the Tower. Again, everyone gets what they deserve in this situation. So, and in this tower, we see that, like, it's the eye of God, or the eye of Ra, that rains down fiery destruction. So with the lightning bolt, there's a certain element of, like, providence to it, where it's like divine intervention is kind of implied-ish. But here you see very plainly and very clearly. This is it's like judgment type energy, but like a verdict has been issued here. Excuse me. What happens if we don't move on? I see the Hanged One at the bottom of the deck. I feel like I don't. I feel like that's not Patrick territory. You know what I mean? What happens if you decide to like go back or to stay? Versus like what happens if you decide to pick up whatever new thing is here and or coming? But again, like Four of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Five of Swords. With that Seven of Swords, it's intentional. Someone or some environment intentionally makes someone feel less than and keeps them in a position of being defeated so that they can continuously harvest off of their efforts and or energy. I would say at the very least though, I don't know. It's like you don't want to be Sarah, Lot's wife. When that verdict was issued, and it was like leave the city and don't even look back, and she looked back and got turned into a pillar of salt, and the city got fired and brimstoned. You know, because even before I started pulling cards, like it felt like there was a karmic element to this like new moon. There's a karmic element, and then there's like dealing with the um, not repercussions, because it's like even if we are inconvenienced through proximity, even if we're not necessarily directly under the tower, right? It's almost like the rubble is still inconvenient. Even if you aren't in the tower, like if you're next door and like a bunch of debris falls into your backyard, like you're still going to be inconvenienced until it's cleaned. Or it's like, you know, there's some like periphery type of almost fallout. And at that point, I guess it kind of like is what it is. And we can react and respond in whatever way we wish or whatever way we do. Cool. I feel like I don't necessarily have to make this one longer. I also feel like I want something else. I know what I want. I accidentally pulled up this deck the other day. Here it is, right here. Thank you. We'll pull this one too, because why not? These were like, what's this? The universe has your back and the energy oracle cards. I got these off of Wish. I didn't even know that the energy oracle cards were like larger than these, but I kind of love this size. Because from seeing other people use the energy oracle cards, they seem kind of big. Alright, let's get one or two of these, please. Oop. Oop. Who was this? Oh, it's already in the deck. Bottom of the deck, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, 36. The card that came out is number 11, Cornucopia in reverse. Cornucopia in reverse landed on top of the devil. Kind of sort of in between the devil and the Four of Pentacles, but primarily on top of the devil. Which is like big oof energy. Cornucopia in reverse landing on top of the devil and the Four of Pentacles. That's, again, it's like karma coming to collect, but it's like, not like the devil collecting his dues, but if you take shortcuts, sometimes it's going to come back to bite you. And you may have a loss with interest. But let's get one of these. I wanted one of the Universe Has Your Back cards because, you know, they can be sometimes a little biting, but they're also like positive. You know, sometimes I struggle to not be a mess. And there are some like happy decks that I have that I'm like, help me, give me the silver lining, please, and put it plain in words that I just have to read, that I don't have to interpret. Ooh. I kind of wanted to do something more like unconventional today, but I didn't feel like opening another pack of magic cards. I kind of wanted to use. I have Scrabble Slam down here, but I don't necessarily know how I would like use it. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Bottom of the deck, Joy is the ultimate creator. We have a card that came out in reverse. Oneness is my true nature. And then face down, sort of like, what is this? Face down in between the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. I don't know why I separated the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. But, so it's like the Knight of Swords, the Tower, the Nine of Swords, Justice, Five of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. So it kind of came out in that gap where the Nine of Swords and Justice meet, but in between the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. And it is, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And we see these two owls that are fast asleep under a full moon looking thing. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Oof. Well, I kind of like that. And then especially with like oneness is my true nature being in reverse, the universe has your back is almost implying. It's almost like a, just because something or someone else is mean or cruel or doesn't whatever, it doesn't mean that you have to mirror that energy. Right? That's why justice comes in with the heart as light as the feather. If someone were to mirror energy, then it could cause their heart to become heavy to the point where it's almost like they could mess up their own karmic scales, right? Because, like, if you're a good person and bad things happen to you, when karma comes to balance, when justice, like major arcana type justice happens, you're a good person, you get that 10 of cups, 3 of cups. But if you're a good person and bad things happen to you, and then you become a bad person, and you start to do to others the very same thing that was done to you, whatever they deserve, you now deserve. And that, but this person did it first, but it's the environment, but like, look at the situation. Sometimes it holds up, sometimes it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it's like, well, what did you do? Like, yes, their actions are their actions, and they have their own time in front of justice. They will have their turn for their hearts to be weighed on the scale. But your heart is the one that's on there right now. So their actions, that's weighed with them. What did you do? But there was a peace throughout all of that. You didn't have to become the bad or the wrong that was done to you. And because of that, you find what it is that you truly deserve. Joy is the ultimate creator. What's under this? Who is this? I see rainbows. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. It was in reverse. So, even though Joy is the ultimate creator, maybe you weren't having fun, and maybe it didn't feel like the universe was bringing this in fast enough. maybe that could have been another thing that just pushed you to more so separate and move on rather than to, I don't know, turn vengeful. Hanged one's still at the bottom of the deck. Cool. So let's get final cards and let's shut this down. I think I got reversals in here. I got a few reversals in here. I think I did that intentionally. I mean, it worked this time. Oneness is my true nature. You don't have to be that. Because oneness is, it's almost like a uniformity, right? I'm great, and my job is great, and the people in my life are great, and my friends are great, and my home is great, and my family is great, right? You don't have to be a quote-unquote product of your environment. All right, universe has your back. I was going to pull you last, but I think I'll pull you first. So if you could just, like, you know, speak up. And don't hold your peace. I mean, hold your peace, but also, like, speak up. Speak up and hold your peace. If you would speak up and hold your peace, please. All right, I'll give it two more. I'm pulling you last after all. Okay, fine. Got a little hasty. Haste make way, see? Yeah, I don't know. Something about this new moon. And again, I feel like I'm a little, like, passenger side-ish. Because I ain't necessarily... I feel like there's... I don't know, what is my experience? I guess there are the things that I'm sort of, like, realizing in my own new moon Capricorn situation, but, like, around me. It's like the new moon Capricorn situation around me is wild. My new moon Capricorn situation is pretty tame. Pretty quiet. Pretty uneventful. It's just like, oh, okay. I mean... And maybe it's because I haven't necessarily felt... There are some ways that I felt guided and some things that I know I need to do. But with how this is shaking up and working out, I had enough of a shakeup in this new moon Capricorn time that... or in this Capricorn season, I guess. I've had enough of a shakeup in this Capricorn season that when today happened, and even like leading up to today, yesterday, so in the moon's time in Capricorn, things that were unrelated to, mostly unrelated, because how unrelated can it really be? It's in the same sphere of influence, but Moon in Capricorn has had things like play out in a different way. So I'm like, oh, okay. But this is also why, like, things kind of petered out. At first I thought, oh, I should have, like, stuck with whatever, but it's not for me to become inflexible either. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't benefit anybody, let alone me. There he is again. He feel the chemicals kicking in. The Hierophant in the Page of Pentacles. And the Hierophant, here's Lord Shiva. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now he's with the Nine of Wands. This is the Nine of Wands that came out for Scorpio season into Sagittarius season. I was so convinced that it was the same card. It was just Moon in Sagittarius. Like when I saw that Moon in Sagittarius in the SKT, I was like, yeah, like this was the card. Like I remember seeing it. And then I watched the video and I was like, I didn't use that deck. But it was that, like, it was the same card in a different deck. It was the energy that I recognized. It was the combination of Moon and Sagittarius. But now we have Mars and Venus in Sagittarius before they meet up in Aquarius. So, okay. Apparently we're going to assemble and shuffle all of these before any final card comes out. And I'm fine with that. Who is that? Patience? We got Patience with second Archangel Ariel. So don't get impatient with your creation. Just like um, cakes need to bake for the full time, so too must the full gestation period. It's like it's most helpful for a young one to go through a full gestation period. Probably like less risk and stuff like that, right? Because while something is gestating, it's more or less protected. Caring connections in the angel of alive. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Emphasis on caring connections. Because the connections where it don't care, that's the one where it's like a big oof. Saturn said we're about substance over here. Capricorn said we're about legacy over here. And I don't see this lasting past 10 days, so that's not fitting my new moon Capricorn 5. If it ain't lasting for at least 10, 15, 20 years, it's going down. I'm like, woo, Capricorn, chill out, what's happening? Because I feel like new moon vibes are usually like soft pinks and like happy. We had the garden and the gate in the sixth chakra archangel Metatron. Why is she looking at me like that? Why is she looking at me like that? Is she looking at you how she looking at me? Is it even gonna focus? You know what? I have control. We will. Let's do this. There we go. I can control the focus. Oops. Okay, well, I can control the focus, but can I control my hand? Can you see her? Is she looking at you the way she's looking at me? Oh, look. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, my arms are a little tired. She like, I'm like, don't look at me like that. Oh, wow, that is not how I want to shuffle that. Have half of the deck face up and half of the deck face down. Why not? Give a little intrigue, give a little mystery. All right. Your first step. Energy Oracle cards. Final card, please. Final card, please. Final card, please. What happens if I sing? Will the auto caption capture that? Capture that auto caption. Auto caption that. Oof, that's maybe is that rude? That's probably rude. Why would I try to trip up the auto caption when like there's a purpose and a reason and a function behind it? You know what I mean? For the folks who don't need auto caption, it's a fun little game. Like, let's see if the auto caption matches what I'm saying. For the folks who like it's more like helpful and useful for, who might rely on it more, it's like, why? Like, I get that you're having fun, but I'd also like to include it. You know what I mean? Oh. This is big oof. This is biggest oof energy. 8 came out and 7 is at the bottom of the deck. We have indecision and community. Indecision and community at the bottom of the deck. With victory at the under that community. This is take it as it resonate. I ain't gonna say what this is meaning to me. You take it as it resonate to you. Victory and community with indecision at the bottom of the deck. And then behind victory is all tied up. All tied up Victory, community, and decision. There we go. I said I wouldn't say nothing, so I'm not gonna say nothing. Almost said something, but I already said I wouldn't say nothing, so I ain't gonna say nothing. There's a song that just popped into my head, which probably, it feels like it fits more the cards that came out for New Moon Capricorn. What is that? I did it today. I made myself safe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No more will your magic words hold my hand. No more will your words never tear me apart. Who was that? Is that Cloud? I know now for certain there's nothing burning anymore. Adventure? No, that's the name of the album. What's the other one? Shake the Ground. Shake the Ground is in the same album. Is it Telepop Music? It is Telepop Music. Thank you. Nothing's Burning by Telepop Music, I'm sure. Yeah, this is the song that just popped into my mind. And I'm not trying to get demonetized. I was gonna let it play, but if I let it play too much, they'll take down. I mean, there's nothing to demonetize because I'm not monetizing. But still, they might like take down the video, and then there'll be no audio anywhere, not just the first 5 minutes. While I was figuring out, I can read the lyrics because why not? Nothing's Burning. Telepop Music. Telepop Music. I used to love Telepop Music. Telepop Music was the vibe. Lyrics. I did it today. I made myself say, and I take back my tears, my sight, my love. No more does your magic work on my heart. No more will your words ever tear me apart. I know now for certain nothing's burning anymore. And I came strolling along like your perfect girl and your perfect song. You'll forget who fixed you in a little while. I know for certain there's nothing burning anymore. I know now forever nothing's burning anymore. Obviously, when you put it to music, it sounds different. But yeah. And is that in here? Oh, yeah, that's that part. And I came strolling along like your perfect girl in your perfect song. Yeah, alright. Universe has your back cards. You may come out now, please. Last one's out. First one's put away. Ooh. Who is this? You see that? I'll read them. We'll see if they come out. When I lean toward love, I am led. So first we were leaning on the faith of the universe and finding peace. Now when we lean toward love, we're led. Happiness is my birthright is in reverse. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real is in reverse. That's the card that came out. Now they're in reverse. It's interesting that happiness is my birthright is in reverse. I think maybe it's an interesting question around the energy of birthright. But we may do all these just like, I'll read you the cards, I'll show you the cards, and you can take them as they resonate. I don't always have to express my opinion, even though this is my channel. Sometimes My North Node in Sagittarius is like, and I'm like, but my Chiron's in Leo. No, don't make me say it. And then my Taurus moon is like, but my Taurus rising is like, it ain't none of my business. As long as I'm doing what I need to do in my life to get me moving forward, that's what matters. Right? I am the loving energy of the universe. I find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort, and hope is the conduit for miracles. I love this trio together. I am the loving energy of the universe. I find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort, and hope is the conduit for miracle. For hope to be the conduit of miracle, it's almost like the discomfort of the preceding card is implied. If everything is great and amazing and your life is perfect, it's almost like hope would not necessarily have too much of a place in your life. Like, what would you have to hope for? It's almost like hope almost implies in a certain unpleasantness, because that's what births hope, right? Obviously, you can be having an amazing day and hope that you get a promotion, right? Like, everything is going so well, I hope that this day gets better. That's a thing, but, you know. Since it mentioned discomfort, but it led with, I am the loving energy of the universe. And the text is in the dark part of the card. Giving me when the world goes dark, shine brighter energy, obviously. Bottom of the deck is in reverse. Energy flows where my intention goes. I love that this card is in reverse. And the reason why I love that this card is in reverse is because it's about more than just intentions. You can intend for a whole bunch of stuff. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And sometimes it would seem likely so. What's under that? The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, is upright. So that internal surrender, or the surrender to an internal peace, is upright. Good intentions is in reverse. Maybe it's because we're not as in tune sometimes with our intentions as we think we are. I think to truly, to be like 100% aware of our intentions, we have to be aware of like our mental emotional state and a whole bunch of other stuff. We have to have a certain ability to see ourselves in our situation, see ourselves and the situation, and to see ourselves in our situation truly and honestly. Because even when we intend well, if we're in a not great mental place, sometimes we can think that we intend well, but like let's say that somebody, like let's say that someone's experiencing setbacks in their life, and then they know someone who is like excelling, right? So maybe the person who is experiencing the setback can intend to do a whole bunch of great stuff, but maybe there's a root of like jealousy within them or some kind of envy, because it's like, well, why is everyone else like, why is this person doing that or getting this and getting that, and I'm over here and it feels like I'm not getting anything. And then like let's say that they do something, they may do something like nice, but maybe it's like they're doing something nice to be recognized. They're doing something nice so that they can get something out of it, and that is their intention. They may think their intention is like, oh, I'm gonna do something nice, right? But if they were truly like, why do I feel like doing something nice? Is it because I actually want to do something nice, or is it because I want someone to owe me a favor? Is it because I want to present myself a certain type of way so that someone will prefer me over others when it comes to this? Is it being good for goodness sake, or is it being good because you want to be on the nice list for Christmas? Because if you're trying to get on the nice list, that's not really being good for goodness sake. You're being good so you can get presents and get what you want. You're being good so that you don't get coal in your stocking. And that's your intention, to not get coal. And the vehicle through which that intention plays out is, oh, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to do this for somebody. Six of Swords and the Five of Cups. If I look at them, it's going towards it. Is that the same person? Alright. Maybe that's also one of the things that's like, I don't know. This new moon Capricorn just seems so... Maybe it's because Pluto's been in Capricorn for so long. And maybe it's because Pluto is still in Capricorn right before it goes into Aquarius. That Pluto's like, well, let's dig a little deeper here. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And honestly, it seems that like, I don't know if it's the many, many, many layers of earth and fauna and flora and sky above Pluto, or if it's, what are these? The Ten of Cups and the Four of Swords. What? Cool. Like my elbow just slipped a little bit. Eight of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. I mean, the whole deck is in reverse, so. I think the Eight of Swords in reverse, sometimes the Eight of Swords can be a good thing. The Eight of Swords in reverse could be not predictor, a significator, an indicator. The Eight of Swords in reverse can be an indicator of like faith, right? Like if someone is blind to their surroundings, but believing in the Almighty or believing in their manifestation despite what the world is like presenting them, that could be an Eight of Swords in reverse. Especially with the Ten of Cups and like the Four of Swords here. That would be like the energy of when I lean on the love of the universe, or when I lean on the faith of the universe, I find peace or something like that. It'd be like that kind of energy. Yeah, I don't know if like folk been lax or what, but it's just like big oof. It's big oof energy. I'm just like, and then I remembered it was the new moon in Capricorn today, and I'm like, oof. This isn't just like, this isn't what I thought Capricorn. Like, this isn't what I thought new Capricorn would be. But it's very tower energy. It's like on one hand, it's tower energy. On the other hand, it's the opposite of tower energy. If the foundation is good, it builds on it. If the foundation ain't necessarily that great, tower. And I'm like, oof. And I don't know who else it could be but Pluto. That's why I'm like, is it Pluto also in Capricorn? Is it Pluto like, this is my last new moon in Capricorn before I head into Aquarius? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Bottom of the deck. Wow, bottom of the deck is the Emperor. The card that came out, there's a few cards. What's at the top? The Empress. The Empress and the Emperor. And the Empress, Judgment, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is going through Judgment before it reaches the Empress. a lot of things probably have to go through judgment before they reach the Emperor or the Empress. Not just anyone can approach the Emperor or Empress. Not just any energy can withstand the presence of the Emperor or Empress. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is 2, 3, 4. 20, 3, and 4. Death is behind the Emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles is behind Death. Behind the Ace of Pentacles is that Knight of Swords again. If I keep pulling cards, I'll keep pulling cards. Oh, look. We see the Trishula of Shiva again. Right there. Remover of corruption. Ooh, Death card said, time's up. Anyway. Not the Emperor and the Empress. What? I feel like the Empress is looking at this Emperor like, oof. Something about the way the Emperor is emperring. Something about the way that the Emperor is emperor-ing has this basin very healthy behind this Empress. She's like, oh, I love the way he she's like, oh, I love the way he does that. Oof. I don't know. This Knight of Pentacles got to be something very impressive. Because it's like it's coming at the back of the Empress. Like she's not even looking or paying attention. She's not even looking in that direction or paying attention. Hey, Holly, how you doing tonight? With the what on it? I can't see it because I love that they put the little heart thingies here. Or the little reactions, but it cuts off tie on it. Semi-formal. There you go. But because the Ace of Pentacles is behind the Death card, I wonder if it's going to be transformed. Alright, that's the end of the video. Thanks, Holly, for stopping by. I hope you all